What's going on, everybody? Mahai back at it with another video, and I did get a comment yesterday that wanted me to use a twin Yeti attack. So here it is, whoever asked for that. This is actually a really strong attack. I was messing around with this in some friendly challenges, and then I took it into Legend League, and it was actually really effective for me. So you see we're going to be bringing 3 Super Yetis, 5 normal Yetis. You could probably drop that Apprentice Warden. I don't even know, let me know in the comments, can you stack the boost from the Apprentice Warden and the Life Gem? I'm not even sure. I was using Healing Tome and then switched to Life Gem and just kind of forgot to drop that Apprentice Warden. So that's what I was using in the attacks. Not really sure if that can even stack or not. So if you guys know the answer to that, let me know in the comments. For equipment, we're running Earthquake Boot, Spiky Ball on the King. We're running Action Figure and Healer Puppet on the Queen. We're running Double Gems on the Warden, and then the Electro Boots and the Hog Puppet on the RC. So without further ado, I'm going to hop over into a friendly challenge. I'm going to show you guys how to use this, and then we will get into some Legend League attacks. Alright, so what you're going to want to do first, I'm going to drop a Super Yeti, probably up here on this wall piece right there, and then I'm going to use my clones overlapped kind of like this into the base, and then I'm going to drop a rage spell in here as well, probably on like that section of the Yetis. And yes, it's not as good as it used to be, not as overpowered, but it is a really good effective method to just set a quick funnel. So that's what we're going to do there. It's probably actually going to get deeper into there. It's probably going to get more like there because they're going to be bigger and more overlapped, obviously. But also, it's better if you clone the Yeti Mites, in my opinion, or the Electro Mites to get the quicker funnel. But if it's safer, since they're not as easy to clone as the normal Yeti Mites because they don't just target defenses like the Yeti Mites, they go for any building. It's just hard to get just the Yeti Mites. So you can even just clone the Super Yetis themselves and just get them cloned to the base. Just make sure you're getting value because all that's meant to do is just set a quick funnel. So let me switch the color here to something else. Then you're going to use down here at the other corner, I'm going to use my Queen, probably about right there, and then we'll just use the Siege Barracks down here as well. And then their job is to just kind of push around this side of the base to set that side of the funnel, since this side up at the top's already set. And then we'll just drop in the rest of our army in the middle here. We'll just drop a couple Yetis, Super Yetis with your healers, and then you're going to drop your King and your RC with this as well, and obviously your Warden. And then you're just going to want to be wall breaking in, try to get as many of these walls as possible opened up with your wall breakers, and then at that point, you're just sitting back chilling because you don't have any spells left. So all your job to do is to set that funnel at the top, set that funnel at the bottom, drop everything else in the middle, and just watch as everything stretches through the base. It's a really good attack. So let's hop into a live attack now and on this base here, and I'll just kind of play out exactly what we drew here so you guys can see how this works. So I'm just going to press attack. We'll hop right into it. So I'm going to use a Super Yeti up here, just like we said. And forgive me, I'm using a new tablet. I'm used to playing on a phone, so this big screen is really messing with me. And I accidentally forgot to turn off my screen shake again too, because again, new device. So yeah, see, the clones got all the way in to the monolith, which is clutch. We actually took the monolith out, which I did not expect. We did get a bigger funnel set at the top, so I could go from up there, but I'm going to go from the bottom just because that is what I initially told you guys. So we get our Queen down. I like to use an instant ability just to get the healers in. Then we're going to get everything else in here. Make sure I open up this wall real quick. Get our healers in with our test balloons, our Super Yetis. We'll get our Apprentice Warden King, Warden. We're going to delay just a second on the Royal Champion. We'll get another wall breaker in. And we do pull the CC. We're going to get a Headhunter in for that enemy King. Just keep slowly trickling in your wall breakers, just to get as deep into the base as you can. And then you got your King's Earthquake Boots and Spiky Ball to use later in the attack as well. Wow, that screen shake is really annoying. I gotta remember to turn that off. Like I said, new device, so I forgot you gotta change your settings. Even though it's the same account, I gotta change my settings again. So we've got a massive surge going through the Town Hall now. Our Valkyries and our Wizards doing a good job out of the Siege Barracks down at the bottom, clearing that stuff. Double gem equipment is just pushing everything through the base really quickly. We still have our Royal Champion's ability, and she's still going invisible from the Fox as well, which is clutch. This base is absolutely crushed. Check this out. We got a massive spread on the troops, everything going down at once. Royal Champion is going to get forced to ability, but she should be able to mostly take out that Ricochet Cannon. Hopefully her Hogs can tank for her. She's not quite going to get it, but that's alright. We have so many troops left. Obviously, you don't have a Warden ability to use. It's just double passes. I'm going to click it there anyway just to show you it doesn't do anything. And we got some boogers and some hogs going for that multi-archer tower at the bottom. Goes down. Look how many troops we still had standing. That base was absolutely crushed. So I'm going to go hop into some Legend League attacks now. But before I do that, I'm going to go turn off the screen shake. Alright, so into our first Legend League attack. I did remember to turn off the screen shake finally. That is very distracting. So I'm trying to look where I want to come in from here. I think I'm just going to set the funnel at the left side over here because there's so much trash down here and the monolith. I want to get that monolith out of the way. And this is one of those where it's going to be really tough to clone the Yeti mites. So I may just end up cloning the Yetis. We'll just have to see where it ends up going. It's going to walk in. Yeah, we're just going to end up cloning the Super Yetis here. You will still clone some of the Electromites, obviously. As you see there, we used like the first two clones on the Yetis, and then the next two kind of went on the Electromites. And look how much value it gets in such a short amount of time. Obviously, it's not nearly as much value as it used to get, but it's just so lightning fast that it sets up the rest of your attack to not have to worry about time whatsoever. So look, we use our queen and our siege barracks up at the top, set that setup funnel. We make sure we wall break in early into that single inferno so we can get that out of the way before it locks onto something important. Now, like I said, just slowly keep trickling in your wall breakers just to get your troops as deep into the base as possible. If we can get that junction right there, that'd be sweet, but we don't. It unfortunately goes to the wall to the left. Wall breakers aren't very smart, but it is what it is, and that actually causes my king to wander to the outside, which sucks. I wanted my king in the core because obviously I used his ability to open the walls, but that's alright. We'll just use his ability up here now to get into that town hall compartment. That's going to be our new plan. Royal champions in the core with the rest of the Yetis and Super Yetis. That's alright. We use our Earthquake Boots and Spiky Ball over to the right to get access into the Town Hall. We're going to easily take out the enemy Queen and the enemy Minion Prince. And there's not that much left on the base now, to be honest. There's a Ricochet Cannon over to the left. There's a Multi-Archer Tower to the right. And then basically just a single Inferno in that bottom compartment. We're going to have so many troops left. Our Hog Puppet's going to do a really good job tanking this single Inferno. And hopefully we can get our Royal Champion to take that out. But I don't think it's going to target that. I think it's going to go to the air defense, which it does. So unfortunately, we're probably going to lose our RC here because I think the Fox is dead. Yeah, the Fox is down. But it's not going to matter. We still have a king. The king is going to go down, but he is going to go to Phoenix. And we still have our queen back there beating on a wall as usual in typical queen fashion. Even though every wall up here is open, she could have just walked around. But that's like the queen's main objective, to just go shoot a random wall. So you see we still have 3 Super Yetis alive, I believe. Which is what we started with. Or no, maybe that's just, maybe this is a 1 Super Yeti and 1 normal Yeti. I can't tell. Should just be 2 Super Yetis because we used that one at the beginning to clone. We got Boogers up here cleaning stuff up. Boogers do a really good job of protecting your healers. So yeah, we have 2 Super Yetis, a normal Yeti. We got our Warden still alive. We still have healers. Our Queen's still alive. Nice simple 3-star. As you see, those kind of bases can be really annoying trying to pass stuff into. Just look how quickly you can get the funnel set with this Super Yeti. It's actually insane. So let's go hop into another Legend League attack. Alright, into another attack. We got an Invis compartment here. And then we have a Rage Tower at the bottom. So I'm just trying to think where I want to come in from. I usually like to end on the Town Hall with this if it's all the way across the base. So we're just going to use our Super Yeti right here. And this time we're not going to mess around. We're just going to clone the Yeti itself because it just would have been difficult to get the Yeti or the Electromites. We're going to drop a couple Headhunters in here as well because there's so many heroes down here to try to get rid of them early. Let our Super Yetis kind of fight off this Clan Castle. And then we're going to drop our Queen and our Siege Barracks up here to the left. I love having the action figure to have that giant in to just tank on your initial entry. It does a really good job, especially under that life gem from the Warden. It's just got a lot of health. Even though my action figure is only level 20, it is severely under leveled. If you guys have a higher level action figure, it's going to be even better. Look at this wall breaker targeting a wall that doesn't even give us access to anything. Good job, wall breaker. We use our King's ability because that opens up the entire core of the base. It triggers that Invis tower, it gives us access to the Town Hall and that Invis compartment. We've got a Royal Champion wandering up top with our Siege Barracks and our Queen, which honestly isn't the end of the world because our Super Yetis and our Yetis are doing a really good job gutting out this core. And under that Rage Vial, the core just gets absolutely melted if you can get all your Yetis to path in there. We should be able to take out this Scatter Shot no problem with our Yeti Mites. And as I say that, it survives with 1 HP. But our next Electromite does take it out. RC, still invisible from the Fox. We still have Valkyries and Wizards doing a really good job cleaning the trash from the Siege Barracks. We got our King down here with the healers and the rest of our Yetis putting in work. And look, this base is crushed again, guys. We're just going to 2x through this because at this point, again, it's just cleanup. A lot of stuff standing still. Booger's still putting in work. The Queen's still full health. Royal Champion stayed up. We actually have all 4 heroes nice and healthy with lots of troops alive. So another nice crushing 3-star. So I got one more attack for you guys and I'll catch you guys there. Alright, final attack. I actually ran this exact base in Legend League last season. And this is a really strong base. Obviously it's burned because last season, towards the end of, or maybe it was 2 seasons ago, I can't remember. I think it was last season though. Towards the end of the season, I saw this base everywhere. So I'm gonna try to get the electromites here, and it actually does end up working out. Could have been a little bit greedy, but look how much deeper they get into the base and just how quickly they get that funnel set. Obviously, they fizzle out way faster than they used to just because there's not nearly as many of them. So we're going to use our siege barracks and our queen up here. We're going to wall break twice into that compartment. Probably really didn't need to do that because I don't think our pekkas didn't go in anyway. So that was kind of a waste of a wall breaker. But it's alright because I don't have that many walls I need to open here. I just need to open up this wall right here, and that pretty much gives us access to the whole core. And I don't know where my wall breakers are at. Are they going to get to this wall ever? Where did they go? Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know where my wall breakers went, but for some reason that wall didn't get opened up. I don't know where they targeted to or if they died to a ricochet cannon or something. I'm not really sure, but somehow that wall didn't open up, but we had so much force pushing through there, it was no big deal. I should be using the king ability any second now because it could open up a lot of walls here. I'm not sure what I'm waiting for. There it is. A little bit late on that, but we do get the fire spitter in the core. Look how quick that core gets gutted between the electromites and that king's earthquake boots and spiky bowl. Just guts the core. And look, there's already no damage left on this base. You can gut the core so incredibly fast with this attack, and like I said, it's such a fast funnel that it's a quick attack too. Even if your attack fizzles out, it gives you so much time on the backside of the attack to clean up the base because you're investing absolutely no time into your funnel, maybe like 15-20 seconds. Like I said, let me know about that Apprentice Warden in the comments, because I'm not sure if you can even stack that. I've never thought about that until just now. If not, obviously just drop the Apprentice Warden for something else. Really doesn't matter what. You could even bring a couple more wall breakers if you wanted to, just to invest a couple more on your siege barracks too. That's completely up to you guys. But the king is to Phoenix. Our queen's still full health. Warden's still full health. We still have our giant from our action figure. We still have 2 super yetis, it looks like, and 2 normal yetis. We got plenty of force to push through the backside of this base. Everything's under rage. This ricochet cannon's trying its best, but there's no way it's going to be able to keep up with all this. We're going to 2x through this and just watch how quickly this gets shredded. Absolutely no problem. Another nice crushing 3-star. As you saw, all these were dominant attacks. So I didn't even have any that were really close on time or power. So this is a really fun attack. Honestly, probably my new favorite attack strategy so far. If you guys have anything better, let me know what you guys are using in the comments. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys next time.